Yay, I think I got it. Okay. Oh, really? Does it? Really? It's like, there's only one sensor left? Come on, guys, come on. Oh my god. These things are ridiculous. Oh, it's that one. Hmm. Jesus, come on. Please have it. These sensors are like finicky, y'all. I've got like 2 sensors that I'm trying to get right. So I'll get to y'all in a few minutes. Y'all can show. These are important. These experiments are important, y'all. So as much as y'all may be losing patience, deal with it. Deal with it. So I will get to y'all in a few minutes. Let me, because I gotta get this right. Come on. Huh. I wonder why that one is not. Okay. It wasn't doing this the other day. I don't know why it's having some issues today. Like, it's just not tightened enough. There, let's see if that does it. Because, oh, wait. Frustration, people, frustration. Why are people trying to send me messages? I'm like, why are people trying to send me messages? Let's see. Can you switch on? Ah. Almost. Almost. Don't want to do it with faulty sensors. So y'all can start, I'm going to go through my spiel anyway, so y'all can start putting your questions in the comment section below. It's like it goes orange, but I want it to go green because if I'm going to be doing this in the middle of it, I don't want it to like shut off and then all of a sudden it's going to be a bitch to fix. That's why. So I want to make sure I get it kind of positioned properly right now. So that way, because both of these, and it's odd because I don't know why it's these two and why they're like that, but it's like, just, oh. Okay, so it's right there. Go green, go green, go green, almost there. Guess I'm gonna have to do it with the partially connected sensor. I mean, it's not gonna like ruin the whole experiment, but I just want to make sure that everything is like the way it's supposed to be, because I don't need anybody saying, oh, well, you had one bad sensor, so it's not the test doesn't really count. I'm like, shut up. Like, I don't need that drama. Like, I need it to be all like lined up so that way. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to do it with a bad sensor because it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, gotta make sure this one is okay. And then this one. And then this one. Okay, I guess it's gonna stay orange. It's like one of the back sensors in the back, which is fine. It's like, it's not a big deal. I just wanted it to be like all like right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when you go through the trouble and you're trying to like get everything right. Okay, so let me lower the theta here because it's way too sensitive. Alpha is also a bit sensitive as well. If there's anything going on with delta, I want to make sure I can pick up on that. Not too much because I don't need it to be super, super sensitive. And then beta can be fine because beta doesn't look like there's anything there I don't worry too much about. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready, y'all. So, this big. Alright, if that sensor goes out, then it goes out, but I'm doing my best. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. Okay, hey guys, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope y'all's Friday started off well. My Friday, obviously, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. I went walking first, so I did that, and then I came back, and I was like, I'm not going to shower because I'm going to mess up my hair, and I'm going to have all this crap in my hair. So I was like, let me just wait. So that's pretty much what that's all about, okay? All right, guys, so let's get started because I know I'm probably going to cut into my book time, but that's okay. Like, I can deal with that. Let me go over here. So I got a couple of things I got to go over first, as always, just to be done with that. My statements are personal opinions, not proven facts. Whatever decisions or actions you take, you are 100% responsible and liable for those. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. I know a lot of people worry about that, but you really can if you want to. And I am not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. For legal medical advice or treatment, please consult a licensed professional. You can always change your future. It's never set in stone. I think that's all for that part. If you enjoy these lives, or if you would like more, not more, if you, because I'm going to do it twice a week, but if you enjoy these lives, give me a thumbs up or give me a heart. Please share this video out to whoever you can or whoever you want to. If you think of somebody that might want to be part of the reading thing, then send this out to them as well. Let's see. Also, if you get tired of waiting for me to answer your questions and you just want to like ask me a question, go to my website, because I have pricing options for everybody at different price points, and not just keep coming back to the lives. I try to pick different people every single time I do this, so I try to change it up every single time. I try not to stick to the same people, just because I want to give everybody an opportunity to be able to do this as well. If you receive guidance and you want to share your story, then you can do so in the posts on my Instagram or on my Facebook. So there's going to be a post that talks about signs and what signs to look for. You can post your story there as well. Sign up for my newsletter, because I send out a newsletter every week. And I actually have been sharing these videos, and I just posted this on YouTube yesterday. So now we're doing this today. So that's what that's about, right? All right, I think that's it. If you are on Facebook and YouTube, you might get hit by a troll, someone who messages you asking you to private message them. That's a troll. They're going to take your money. So if you respond, you're going to get conned. So don't fall for it, okay? And they act like the nicest people. Something like, oh, divine being, I'm drawn to you, like it's total bull. They are trying to take your money. Don't fall for it, y'all. I know some of you are really desperate for help, and I completely understand that, and that's why I do these for people who are desperate and need the support and need the help. Do not go and ask someone who is going to take your money for help if they only care about the money, because they will literally take all of your money, okay? So you don't need to be doing that to yourselves. I think that's it. So I'm going to start on Facebook and YouTube first, and I'm going to bounce around, okay? I'm not going in any particular order, so, and I'm just going to be just jumping around here. I'm not going in any particular order here. Nicole Parks on Facebook. Any messages from Danielle? Yeah, so when I tune into Danielle's energy, first of all, she keeps acknowledging a double 2. Now, when I think of double 2, I'm thinking of like 22. So I don't know if that means February the 2nd or the 22nd of a month is significant, but that's what I'm seeing. She also keeps acknowledging the number 13 as well. So the 13th of a month may also be significant as well. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. I don't know if there's a picture of her where she's like wearing like a wrap around her head, or she's got like a crown on, or she was known as like the princess, but there's something like that, because she's showing me something like that. So I'm assuming that's what she's referring to. She also keeps acknowledging a small stuffed animal. It feels like it's a bear, but it might be like a dog or a cat, because it feels like it's like a regular animal. But there's a small animal that she's making reference to, but it feels like it's a stuffed animal or some sort of a toy, is how I want to just acknowledge it. So there's something there that she's making reference to as well. Okay. By the way, guys, if y'all want to come on video, y'all can do so on Instagram. I can't do it on Facebook or on YouTube just because I'm only doing it through Instagram. So FYI with that. Y'all's general questions, like, do you have something to say to me, or do you have a message for me? It's literally a general question, has no specifics to it, so y'all need to be specific, or I'm just going to pass you up, because you're going to miss your chance to ask me. So ask a specific question and make sure it's a full question, not help me and that's it. Like, I need to know what you actually want to know. If you go to a doctor and you just sit there, help, the doctor's going to say, what do you want help with? He's not going to figure it out by just looking at you. He might be able to, but most of the time you need to be specific. So it's the same thing with me. Don't assume that I know exactly what you're talking about. Rond on Facebook, sweetheart, you're doing the exact same thing last time I said not to do, which is 1 or 2 words. Like, I need you to spell it out, complete sentence, please, and ask, like, let me know what exactly you're asking me, because I don't understand the question. Jessica's like, we testing your brain. Jamie Grimaldo on Grimaldo, I think it's Grimaldo, on Facebook. Good afternoon. How do my court cases how are my court cases looking? So first of all, I know you said cases with an S, so I'm assuming there's more than one, but I actually keep seeing three, so I don't know if there's actually three, or there's two, but then there's going to be a third, but I keep seeing three, and I almost feel like one of them is probably going to get dismissed, or it may not even be followed through with, because there may be a technicality that may be able to be used in that instance, so there may actually be a dismissal of one of the cases, but I feel like there's still two that you're probably going to have to keep your eye on, and they kind of go hand in hand, which I don't feel that positive about, and I think it's either going to be costly, or you're probably going to have to, I see 5, so this is number 5, so either it's going to take 5 months to have to work through it, or there may be like a 5-month parole thing or 5-month sentence type thing, because I'm seeing 5. But there's one that might get completely dismissed or just may not go very far, and then there's 2 others that are going to be hand in hand, and that's where I'm seeing that 5 at, okay? Mm. Angelina Litton on YouTube. How much longer will my mother have to suffer before she passes over into the heavenly realm? And at that time, what do I do with all her cats? Interestingly enough, I actually think that there might be some assistance with the cats with a neighbor. So one of the neighbors may actually, somehow there may be a conversation or discussion with one of the neighbors. This is too sensitive. There may be a discussion with one of the neighbors. And I feel like with the neighbor, that may give you a clue as to what to do with the cats. Ultimately, I do think that you're probably going to have to work with a rescue or with a shelter to be able to get the cats rehomed. As far as your mother is concerned, you said, how much longer will my mother have to suffer before she passes over into the heavenly realm? Honestly, I think it's going to take, I feel like it's 1 year and 2 months. So she might be still around for another 1 year and 2 months before something changes, like, intensely at that point. And at that point, that may be it. But I feel like there might be 1 year and 2 month time period for her. Okay. Jessica's like, I'm officially lost. I'm doing an experiment. So I'm doing brain scan experiment, brainwave activity experiments. And so I was preparing to get it on my head so that way we can actually do the experiment. And so I'm going to be doing these over several lives, because I want to record my brain activity, because I'm going to provide that information to some scientists who are going to be, hopefully might get their interest or may want to look into it, because I want to provide evidence for some scientists to see if they can start to get some funding so they can take this more seriously and do more work to help everybody, because everybody can do what I do, just FYI. Hope and faith. Ferny, will I have any changes in my career, or will I retire soon? I am not seeing you retiring soon. I do think there is a change with your career. It may not be right away. I actually think this may not happen for about 2 years. So I think in about 2 years, there is definitely a change with your career situation. And at that point, you might be splitting your time between either 2 locations or between 2 separate roles. And then you may drop down halfway where you're only doing like a half day, or like a part-time type thing. I'm not seeing any retirement until, actually I'm not seeing retirement for about 5 or 6 years. So it may take a little while longer. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's see. Baby Jalen, mama. You good? We can wait. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Alicia Encinia. Hi, Ferny. Hope all is well. Any messages from my grandmother? Yeah, so first of all, she keeps acknowledging, thank you. She's doing this with her nose. I don't know if she was having difficulty with her nose or her nasal, because she's almost like doing this with her nose, and she's wanting to mess with my nose. She also keeps, thank you. She also keeps acknowledging her blood pressure dropping, or they not being able to like stabilize her blood pressure. So her blood pressure might have been an issue, or she might have actually had low blood pressure, because she's kind of making me feel that way, or acknowledging that feeling. She also keeps referencing the J name. I almost want to say it's like Jesus, so there might be Jesus or a Jesse name that she's wanting to acknowledge. She also keeps referencing, thank you. She is she's making part of my body, like part of the side of my body, feel a little bit odd. I don't know if she lost mobility with half of her body, or there was something affecting her, and she lost that motor control in like her arm or her hand, because she's almost doing this, almost like there's difficulty there as well. She also keeps acknowledging there might be like a another. She's giving me another name. There might be also a Mary or a Mari Sol or Mary name that may also be connected to her as well. It might be someone that's in spirit. She's trying to let us know who's with her, but there's a reference to that as well. So she's acknowledging that. Okay. Brenda 2788. Hello, Ferny. Any spiritual messages from my dad for me and my mom? And I have been seeing a lot of butterflies since his passing. Is that him? So the butterflies are a mixed signal. I do think that the butterflies are coming from dad, but he also makes me feel like this is not really reading what's going on here. Oh, sorry. This is. Okay. I'm going back to this. Butterflies are two symbols. So I actually feel like the butterflies are connected to another individual that passed, and it may actually be like a young child or a baby's energy. So there's a baby in spirit that is connecting to the butterflies. But I also think that your dad is acknowledging the butterflies as well. He also keeps making reference. Thank you. He's making my head hurt a little bit, and it almost feels like this side of the like this side of the head, because he's almost like acknowledging this, and I almost feel like this. I don't know if he had been having pressure in his head or he had been having like blood pressure, because it almost feels like something's going on, and I almost want to say it reminds me of like whenever someone has headaches and there's like something going on in the brain as well, because he's building that energy up for me as well. So there's something there he's trying to make reference to. He also keeps, thank you. I also feel like I'm having trouble breathing, or I'm having trouble catching my breath. So something might have been affecting his breathing as well. And I almost want to tighten this up a little bit, because he's acknowledging that as well. Someone might have gotten a tattoo, because I almost feel like I'm looking at something that's on skin. So someone may have actually gotten a tattoo also connected to that as well. Okay. Let me bring somebody on. I feel like I want to talk to people. I want to talk to people. Let's do Norma here. Hello.
Hi, Drew.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for choosing me tonight.
Of course, of course. What do you want to ask me about?
I just wanted to know if you saw like what do you see like in my career? Do you see a promotion happening soon, or what are your thoughts on that?
So I don't see so much a promotion. I think what's going to happen, there might be an opportunity to go into a different role. I want to say this is around September-ish. I don't think it's going to happen. Either you might get passed up, or someone else may end up getting. It almost feels like someone's playing favorites, and someone may try to get somebody else to kind of come in and fill that role. You might feel a little bit like a backhanded slap from that. So I think that's going to cause you to kind of reassess your entire career direction. At this point, I think that you'll still stay put, but I think what's going to end up happening is around May of next year, you're going to start a program, and then that program's going to kind of lead to a completely different field or a completely different direction altogether. So you may actually be kind of stepping away or walking away from your current career or current job situation.
Okay, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you see?
Yeah. You're probably, are you in Houston?
Yes.
I don't see you staying in Houston. You're probably going to end up relocating or moving to a different area outside, not to like a different state, but just to a completely different area. Or it's either going to be outside of the city, or it's going to be closer to one of the other cities. Because I feel like you're going to be relocating or moving a little bit more inland.
Okay.
And I want to say it's probably because of the job opportunity once you're done with the program. Because the program is going to be 2 years, and then you're going to end up switching and following the opportunity that's going to come along for you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Sweet. A good question. I keep seeing the medical field. What are you doing right now? What did you work right now?
Right now I'm currently working for Starbucks.
Yeah, I don't see you staying with Alex. I feel like you're going to go into the medical industry.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. All right. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Let's do Lolly. Let's see if I can get her back on here, because Laura. Coming for you, Laura. She was asleep last time, so let's see if she's awake this time. Hello! Oh,
Hi!
yay!
I'm awake.
You're awake! How are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for
I'm
letting me
good.
try again. I was
I'm
so
good. I'm glad you
tired.
did
Back
try
to
again
school.
because I recognized you and I was like, oh, let me try her again. Let me see if she answers this time.
Thank
What
you.
did, you're welcome. Absolutely. What did you want to ask me about?
I was really close to an aunt that passed away that we called Crank.
Okay, don't tell me too much. Don't tell me too much. Let me see if she'll tell me anything. First of all, she is doing this and she's putting her hand over my mouth. Did you not get a chance to say goodbye or were you not able to be there when she actually passed away?
No.
Okay, she's acknowledging that. She's okay with that. She is also acknowledging the 15th or the 5. Do you know if the 15th of a month is connected to her? There's something about that 15 or that 5 because she's showing me that 5th. She showed me my birthday, which is the 5th, but I'm seeing like that 1-5.
Her birthday was December, but
No,
the
this would
20th.
be like the 15th. So either this would be like January the 5th or the 15th of a month, or that would be it. There's something about that. Thank you. She's giving me a name. There's 3 females in spirit. So I've actually got 3 of them that are trying to kind of get in on the same conversation. One of them feels like it's an in-law. So there's a person that would have been like an in-law that's also in the scene, or that's like from like a different part of the family.
Okay.
They're going back to this 15th gesture. Question. Okay, thank you. Question. Do you have a female in spirit who passed from lung cancer or from cancer in the chest?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know there's a 15 connected to her?
There might be. That was her sister.
Okay. Do you also know if she was in a different geographical location or she was in a different place than where you are or where the family member was at? Because she's taking me to a different location, almost like it was a different town or a different city or a different state.
I was in Georgia when I found out that Trink passed away.
Okay.
And then
Is
her
she the one
sister
that...
Patricia had lung cancer, and we didn't know at the time, but
Okay. Perfect.
I
Got
felt
it.
like she was kind of telling me that.
That's
She was
okay.
trying to-
So Patricia, was Patricia in a different city or different state when she passed away?
She was in New Jersey.
Okay, perfect. This is what she said. So I think that the Patricia is trying to get in on the conversation, and she might be the louder one because I've got these 3 females. So I want to say that your aunt's there, but then we've got the Patricia, and then there's another female. Thank you. Your mom's mom is also passed, correct? Your grandma?
Yeah, my mom had a lot of sisters.
Okay, but your grandma, her mom is also passed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, was she a smoker? Your grandma?
No, but Patty was. Patricia.
Okay. Let me see if I can, because I've got the 3 females and they're kind of talking over each other, and I'm trying to figure out who's trying to be the... Patricia's still going. Thank you. Okay. Do you know if one of them also worked at a school or was a teacher?
Trink she was actually a nun, a school teacher, a nun.
Oh, perfect. Got it. So we've got them. So they're just like talking over each other and just like giggling like little schoolgirls. So they're just kind of like going over the thing. Your aunt is acknowledging, thank you. Do you have a piece of fabric or piece of cloth that is folded over that is connected to her? You know why I'm describing it that way? It reminds me of like when you go to like a Walmart or like a place where they have fabric and you spread the fabric across and you like measure it in yards and then you fold it over. She's showing me that. So I'm not sure if she was really into like fabric and bringing pieces together, or there's something
she used to sew. She actually used to sew dresses for me and my little sister.
Ah, got it. Okay,
when
so
we
she's
were
just acknowledging like the details of what she used to do. That's probably what she's doing. So she's just making reference to that. Do you remember a dream of her where she was speaking, but her voice sounded different, or there was something different about the way she sounded in the dream?
Over the years, I've had dreams of her. I feel like she tries to connect with me.
Okay, there's one where she's almost making it seem like I want to whistle, or I want to like, it sounds like I'm whistling, or I'm making this weird like flute sound, which I don't know why she would sharing it to me in that way. There's a dream that she's acknowledging where she was communicating and it sounded like a whistle or like a flute. So I'm not sure what that means, but that's the way she's showing it to me. Either that or she knew how to play the flute. But there's a reference to this whistle or flute sound because she's acknowledging that. But this would have come in a dream. So she's acknowledging herself trying to communicate with you in a dream, and then the sound of like a whistle or like a flute that's connected as well. I'll leave that with you because you might need to think about that. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. Do you know of a St. Christopher's medal? Or the name Christopher or Chris?
I have Christopher, but they're on the other side of the family, so I don't think.
Do you know if there was alcoholism on that side of the family?
We're Irish, yeah, there's a lot of people.
Okay, because, okay. And is Gigi on that side, or is it on the other side with Patty? There's like a Gigi or there's like a Gigi or a JoJo. On the other side of the family, is there like a Gigi or a JoJo nickname connection to a member on that side of the family?
Not that I can think of, a Gigi.
Okay, there's a Gigi or a JoJo on that side of the family. It sounds like a nickname. Now, normally when I think of Gigi, I almost think of that as like a grandparent, but I kind of want to throw it in that side. On that same side, the side with the drinkers, was there a event that happened where there was a big blowout between two brothers or two males over a piece of land, or who was supposed to get a piece of land on that side?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's either a land or a building, because someone owned a grocery store, someone owned like a business like that on that side of the family. And there had been a blowout between family members over who was going to get this piece of property. And it was like, it almost reminds me of like a grocery store or some sort of place where they have goods or supplies. But there was like a blowout between two brothers. This would have been like back in like the 50s or the 60s. So this would have gone way back in the day. It doesn't feel like this would have been any time recently.
I'll have to ask my mom. My mom is still alive, so she would know more.
Okay, so if you ask her, she might be able to tell. There's 3 babies in spirit as well. So do you know of 3 children that were miscarried, lost, or terminated?
There have been lots in the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you also know of 4 dogs?
Oh, we've had lots of dogs.
Okay,
Yeah.
and there's also 2 cats.
Okay.
Okay, so 4 dogs, 2 cats there. Got the people on this other side. Again, the Gigi is connected with those brothers because they keep bringing that up and they're acknowledging that. So there would have been these 2 brothers that would have had it out, or they just did not work through their stuff. And then we got the Patty and the female on this other side. So they're with you. Your aunt's with you. She says to talk to her. She also says thank you. Does she have a very special this is not weird, pie crust, or the way that you roll out pie that she would have known how to do?
That was the connection with when Trink passed away. We went to a restaurant and they had pie there. She made chocolate cream pie. That was like her signature pie, and that was on the menu. So I felt like she was trying to send a message with that.
Perfect.
So
that's just her way of validating what you were getting or what you thought she was telling you. So that was just her way of trying to validate what you were feeling inside. You hear her, but you just needed that validation. So she comes around you, sweetheart, and she definitely, again, she's showing me this whistle thing. So there's something about her whistling or trying to get a whistle out, or because I keep hearing that whistle sound.
She used to sing to us a lot, almost like the Sound of Music, the nun from the Sound of Music. That's what she was like when we were always singing songs. And
okay, does she also know how to play the piano? Because she's showing me piano fingers.
I don't know. She didn't play piano, but
she's doing this. Whenever I see this, it's either they did typing for a living or they play the piano. So she's doing that as well. So there's a reference there. She knew how to play the piano, or she had done it when she was younger. Ask your mom, because your mom may know about that, but she's doing this as well. Because either that or it was Patricia, because it's one of them, because they're doing this as well for me. So there's a reference there. Okay.
Okay. Any idea who that a name for the third person?
The third person, I want to say the third person is like an in-law. Do you have a mother-in-law who's passed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if she had, do you know if her liver gave her some issues, or there were some issues going on where there was almost like a cirrhosis happening within her system? That may not have been the cause of passing, but she's almost like it's almost like I'm seeing cirrhosis, or like there's there's
Or didn't drink. She's one who did not
no, no,
drink.
no, no, no. This is not to be do with drinking. This is almost as if when you're under radiation or you're taking something and it's literally like eating up your system alive. So she's acknowledging some sort of like this kind of really causing chaos in her system. Do you know she was on a lot of medication or she was having to go through a lot of treatment medication?
Yeah, she had knee surgery and had a lot of
Okay.
pain.
Do you know if there was like an infection that started to kind of spiral out of control in her system?
There could have been.
Okay, because it almost feels like it's a combination of it. So when I think of the liver, for me, the liver is like a filtration thing. It
Mm-hmm.
filters out stuff, and if the body's not able to keep up with everything that's going on, it doesn't really do it very well. So there's something that starts to build up in her system, but there's already an infection type scenario that was starting to occur, which I feel was causing issues for her. And then we also have this her filtration system not being able to filter or get through some of the stuff that was happening in her body. She also keeps thinking, she's like making my neck twist a little bit as well. So there may also have been some nerve related issues that were starting to come from that as well, because she's doing that. But there's a reference there that she's acknowledging. She is showing me that the timing of her passing was bad. So she might have passed around a holiday or an event, because she's making me feel like it was bad timing when she actually passed away as well. There might have actually been a celebratory event right around that same time. She's also showing me January. So do you know also January is connected?
She died before Christmas, so when you said
Okay.
about being,
She showed me January, and I'm seeing a ring with it. Do you know there's a wedding anniversary in January?
hmm,
I'm gonna leave that with you. I'm gonna leave that with you. She's acknowledging a ring and January. So there's a reference to the first or to January and a wedding anniversary with that, because she's acknowledging that. So you might have to think about that. Not everything that they share is just for them. Sometimes if it relates to you personally, that's their way of just validating the details or the connection with you. But she's around you. They're around you. Okay.
okay, thank
All
you.
right. You're
Thanks,
welcome,
Ferny.
darling.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's see. Going to someone else. Gosh. Things are so sensitive. It's not so sensitive. All right, Ashley. Waited for you. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go settle.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, Mama. What do you want to ask me about?
So my husband, side of the family, they recently, not even a week ago, had his little cousin, uh, pass away.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to see if he had any messages for
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
any family.
Um, First of all, he showed me the number 5. Do you know if the 5th of a month or 5 is connected?
Um, Probably, I don't know the exact month, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe, his dad passed away, probably around that time.
Okay. He's showing me the number 5, so I would say that the 5 either is the 5th of a month or the month of May, because he's showing me that. He also keep thank you. Is there an Eric or an Erica connected to the family?
Uh, I think that's his friend that was driving the car. He
Okay.
got,
Okay. So he's acknowledging this Eric or Eric ER sounding name because he's acknowledging that. He also keeps a thank you. He's also number 4. Do you know if there were 4 of them affected by the event or the incident? Show me the number 4. So there's 4 connection with that.
it was only him and his friend, but I mean,
Do you know? Do you know the other?
the other guy's family.
Yeah.
I don't know
No.
anything
No. No.
about.
No. 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 Hold on a second. Let me clarify that because No, I'm sorry. He showed me the number 4. Do you know of also the month of or April? Do you know if April or the 4th of a month is connected?
I don't know.
It's okay. I'm gonna leave that with you. You can go back and you can watch the recording. He also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. He keeps talking about having to have the having to have the funeral or having to have things spread out or separated, so they couldn't do it at the same time. Do you know they had to do 2 separate events in 2 different time frames because he's acknowledging like 2 separate things separate?
Yeah, we're gonna have his it's gonna be on Tuesday and Wednesday, the showing, and then
No.
you
He's almost acknowledging. Nope, there's something else. It's almost like I'm doing something in one place, and then like a week later I have to do the other thing. So it's almost like a 1 week apart, there's 2 separate events or 2 separate funerals. Because he's acknowledging like 2 separate events like a week apart from each other.
Oh wow. No, I don't know.
Okay, I'll leave it with you. Because he's acknowledging 2 separate events almost a week apart is how he's describing it or how he's making it reference to it. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He also is doing this, so he's like turning my head a little bit. Do you know this part of his face or this part of his was affected?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he was the passenger and they hit it. His side hit the tree.
Okay, because he's showing me this reference there. He also keeps, thank you. He also keeps acknowledging Lou. Is there a Luciano name connection?
I'm Lucero.
You're Lucero. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I feel like someone else is wanting to get in, and it's for you. So I'm going to let him to the side for a second because I got another person who wants to pop into the conversation. I've got another male, and I feel like this male is more connected directly to you or your family. So I want to say that this is what, thank you. This is on your dad's side of the family because I feel like I want to connect this to your father's side of the family. Do you know if there's a male on your father's side of the family, he would be above you in age, so this is going to be like an uncle or like a father figure. So this is going to be on your dad's side of the family, a father figure or a uncle who had cancer?
My dad.
Okay. He also keeps it. Thank you. He also keeps it. Is your father passed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is your dad. So I think your dad is trying to get into the conversation. So your dad is trying to pop in and say hello. He also keeps apologizing because the timing was also bad as well. So do you know if he passed around someone's birthday or around someone's anniversary day? Because he's acknowledging the timing of his passing was bad timing as well.
Around the time my oldest brother's birthday.
Okay, he's apologizing for that timing and how it was right around that time because he's making reference to that. He also keeps doing this and he's showing me 2 babies. Do you know of 2 babies that are miscarried, lost, or terminated?
Yes.
Okay. He also keeps acknowledging the number 16. Do you know the 16th of a month is connected or January 6th?
January is my mom and my sister's birthday.
Okay. Do you know if the 6th is connected to one of them?
The 6th, he passed away on the 6th of June or July.
Okay. There's something there. It might be connected to the first. It might be connected to the first. It might be connected to the first. I feel like it's 16, not 6. So it may not just be 6, it might be 16. Because even though 6 is connected to him, he's almost showing it to me as like 16. So there's a reference to that. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Did y'all ever go fishing with your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there a picture of him and he's like holding up a big old fish and he's trying to hold it up and somebody had to help him because it's a little too big?
Not that I know of.
Okay, there's a picture and he's holding something up and somebody else is like holding it up with him or trying to help him hold it up because it's a pretty big fish. This is not like a person-sized fish, but it's a big fish. Mm-hmm. So he's acknowledging this fish. He also keeps thank you. He also keeps acknowledging Junior. Is your brother Junior?
They have the same name.
Okay, yeah. So he's acknowledging the brother Junior. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. They're going back to Chris, this name Christopher. Is there a Christian or Chris or Christopher name connection?
Not that I know of.
Okay, just remember that I said that because it's kind of getting connected to your dad. He's like the one that's kind of taking control. There's a Christian or Cristiano. There's a name there because he's showing me that Cristiano type name because he's making reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Do you know if he always used to, like his hand would always hurt or he always used to like shake his hand because sometimes he would get a calambre or it would start to hurt with the muscle, with the bone?
I don't know about my dad, but mine does.
Because he's doing this, he's like shaking his hand and he's like showing me like almost as if there was like a sensation or something right there that he's like acknowledging or describing because he's making reference. running the blood down my... You know what? Was he on chemo, your dad?
Hmm.
Do you remember him complaining about his veins burning or his arm would feel like it was burning?
I don't remember.
Okay, you may need to ask your mom because he's talking about his hand and feeling like burning sensation down his hand. I don't think this is like what happens with a heart attack. I'm thinking this is like because of the medication because he's making reference to that. Okay, he's fine. He's okay. Do you have a picture of him in a white shirt or collared shirt?
Yes.
Okay, because he's acknowledging that picture for you, so he's making reference to that. Did you also make the video because he's acknowledging the video?
I have a video.
Okay, he's acknowledging that video that you have, so he's just making reference to that as well. In the video, is he like like he's just like talking and being kind of silly?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's okay. He's fine, sweetheart. He's with you. The friend is okay as well, or the nephew is okay. The little cousin, he's okay as well. But your dad really wanted to get in and say hi to you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, let's go somewhere else here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm
I'm good.
I'm super excited.
I'm good. You're oh, you're good. You're freezing up a little bit on me. So
Okay.
if okay, what do you want to ask me about?
My dad, I keep feeling like I keep seeing two cardinals, and I don't know if my dad and I always feel like my dad and my grandma are like my guardian angels, and so I don't know if they're trying to tell me something. There's a lot of changes happening in my life right now, and I just don't know.
Your dad is doing this, but I don't feel like he's just referencing a ring. I think he's actually talking about a marriage or a separation. Do you know if there's a change happening with the relationship because he's bringing this up?
I'm going through a divorce right now.
Okay, he's aware of the divorce, so he's just acknowledging that. So he's making reference to this. Is this the second attempt at this, or was this the second try at this?
Yes, second.
Got it. He's aware. So he's acknowledging that he knows what's going on. He also says that he made your phone alarm go off or your alarm system go off because he says he was trying to get your attention. Did you have that happen?
A couple of times, yeah. My phone just goes crazy, and I'm not sure why that is.
That's your dad. So he says he's been tripping your alarm to get your attention. So he's making reference to that. He also keeps saying, thank you. Is there also a Carmen or Carolita or Carmenita? It's almost like he's saying it that way.
Karina.
Who is that?
My sister.
Okay. He's probably just trying to acknowledge your sister because he said Caro. So did y'all call her Caro? Cari?
We just call her Karina.
That's okay. He's just acknowledging your sister. He's making reference to that. There's a baby there as well. Do you know she lost a baby? There's a miscarriage, loss, termination because he's acknowledging the baby.
She just found out she's pregnant.
Oh, perfect. He knows about the baby with your sister. So he's just acknowledging that he knows about the baby coming in. He's putting his name in the hat. So it might actually be a boy because he's almost wanting to put his name in the hat. And he's like, no pressure, no pressure. So he's like messing with y'all. He also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. He just says Santos or Santiago or Santos as well. Is there a Santos or Santiago name on a different side of the actually, you know what? Your ex, well, now soon to be your ex. Is there a Santiago or Santos on that side of on his side of the family?
Not that I'm aware of now. I married a white boy.
That's okay. There's a Santos or there's a S-A-N name that they're wanting to make reference to. And it feels like it's on a different side of the family. So it's either in an in-law side of the family or it's like in a different side of your dad, and it's not on your dad's side and it's on your mom's side. Is there a Santiago or Santos something name on your mom's side of the family?
That doesn't sound familiar now.
That's okay. I'll leave that there. But there's a reference to this. This individual got shot. This is a younger person. I don't even know if this is family or not, but I feel like this person got shot.
My brother-in-law died when he was 25.
Okay.
He got shot.
He got shot? Okay. What's the
His
Santos?
last name is Batista. Nelson, Ivan.
No. I don't know. No, that's not the son.
Now, I also had a cousin that died, but that's
Mm-mm. This might be the brother-in-law, but I'm trying to figure out where the Santos connection is because if that's not his name, I'm trying to figure out why he's trying to give me the name. Did he also have a little bit of a scar or mark right next to his lip?
my brother-in-law.
Yeah, this is your brother-in-law. So your brother-in-law is coming through. That Santos thing, I don't know. Either San like Santos is connected. The name Sant. Do you know who was involved in his passing? Do you know the people who were involved in his passing?
It's still an unsolved murder.
Okay, this might be where this is coming in. So he might be acknowledging the Santos name or sounding name that may be connected because he's making reference to it. He's saying 4 people. Do you know if there were 4 people involved in his passing?
They never. It was one person that shot him, but they don't know.
The situation?
Now we suspect that one of his friends had something to do with it, but we never were able to.
That's okay. He showed me 4, so there might be 4 people who know what happened or 4 people who were involved because he showed me that number 4 as being significant. I'm asking him about the friend. He says not that friend. Do y'all know of another friend that may have actually been connected to it?
I'm not aware. My ex-husband would know. It's my ex-husband's.
All right. No worries. I'll leave that with you. But there's a reference to another friend, so there's an acknowledgement there. There's also a Georgie or George or Jorge name connection also.
I'll have to ask my ex-husband.
Okay, so I'll leave that with you as well. I also think your father's popping back in. So the guy just wanted to say hi and that he was okay and that he was at peace so that people don't worry about him. So that's all he was trying to make reference to. So he's just acknowledging that. Going back to your father is acknowledging he is very proud of you for standing up for yourself. He also says, don't let anyone treat you like garbage. He says, I don't care who hears me. He says, I don't want anyone treating you like crap. So he's making that very clear. He also keeps acknowledging a necklace. Do y'all have a necklace that belonged to your father?
I'm wearing it.
Perfect. He knows that you've got his necklace on. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Did you know if someone wanted to get a tattoo or something on their back?
I just got it
Perfect. Perfect. He just acknowledges the tattoo in your back as well. So he's making reference to that as well. He also, there's a little dog, or there's a dog that might have been like Louie or Lou, or there's like a small dog that's also.
Millie?
That could be Millie. Is that like a little terrier, a little like smaller dog?
It's a little teacup chihuahua.
Perfect. He's just acknowledging.
It was his pet.
Yeah,
And he died.
Yeah. So he's acknowledging that the dog is with him as well. He's making reference to that. He also says, thank you. He says to tell your mom. It's funny. He's bringing up your mom. Has she not been able to get past this? Because he's almost acknowledging that this just kind of broke her and she just hasn't been the same since this. Do you understand that? Okay. He says to tell her that he does not want her to live the rest of her life like this. That she needs to make the most out of it because there's grandbabies coming in and she needs to live for the grandbabies. So he says for her to have the best time that she can have. He also says she needs to stop. Thank you. There's something going on with her leg that she may not be talking about, but there's something that's happening with her leg where she might need to follow up with the doctor because it might be her sciatic nerve that's kicking up. And he says that she needs to follow up with the doctor because it may actually be something going on in her lower back as well. She may not have told y'all, but y'all.
She does.
Okay.
She has osteoporosis and she's been complaining about her back.
Okay. She needs to go to the doctor because there's more going on there than she's wanting to acknowledge or be aware of. Okay.
So I'm assuming he's happy that I'm going through this divorce because it was kind of
Rafi. He's like, are you happy? So it's like, he's not answering. He's like, are you happy? So he's just acknowledging that he's okay. It is ultimately your decision, but he just wants you to know that he is with you and that he supports your decision.
Oh God, I miss him so much.
He's with you, sweetheart.
And tell him I love him.
Oh yeah, he loves you, sweetheart. He loves you. Look out for that alarm kicking off because that's him.
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my God.
Oh, let me fix this because I'm seeing my sensors are all like going crazy and need to make sure that. I'm like, oh, my sensors. It's like I think it's good. It dries out, and I think that's going on here. I'm gonna get like saline gel because I think that if I get the saline gel, it'll probably work better. I know I'm all leaking all over the place, so that's fine. Let me get this. See if I can get some of these sensors to get back on because I want to. Jesus Christ. Let's see if I can. Okay, let's see. Let's see. This will fix it. Okay. All right. Come on. Back on. Back on, everybody. Like I'm a hot mess, y'all. I am a hot mess with these damn electrodes. I was like, today's gonna be easier. I'm not gonna have the issues that I had last time. No, hombre. Like that totally did not happen, y'all. That did not happen. By the way. Okay. Turn it on. Gotta turn it on. Okay. There we go. There we go. And perfect. Okay, cool. I'm back. All right, I'm go into someone else. Sorry, guys. I just have to make sure that this is recording because I want to make sure everything's going to show up properly on the thing. And let's see. Let's go to Kristen. Let's go to Kristen. Let's see. Let's get Kristen on the line.
That realization that I wasn't going to
Hello,
be.
Kristen. Hi.
Ferny, how do I turn this around?
There should be a little. There you are.
Hey!
How you doing?
Thank you
sweetheart?
so
How you
much.
doing?
I'm here with my mom.
Hi, Mom. How you doing, Mom?
This is Leafy, like a leafy tree.
Oh, how you doing, sweetheart?
We're here at my grandma's house,
Oh, cool.
and I've been talking to my mom about you and everything and what you do, because I love you to death. But do you have any messages from her mom for her or her dad or her sister?
Yeah. So let's see if I can turn it to her mom for a second. So this would be your grandma, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, Mom, were you partially raised by your own grandmother?
Mama Johnson? I was.
Okay. Because she's acknowledging being partially raised by the grandmother. So if you were raised partially, she's probably acknowledging that she partially raised you. So she's making reference to that. Got it. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. She says, sometimes when tough times happen, you just have to do what you have to do. So she's almost acknowledging that it wasn't an easy situation. She also wants your mom to know, thank you. Mom, she's saying she loves you, but she also is saying it that way. And she says, believe me when I say it. I do love you. So she wants you to know that she loves you, Mom. Was she not the most emotionally expressive person when you were growing up, your mom?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Got it. Because she's acknowledging that she didn't always share her emotions or she didn't always tell y'all that she loved you, but she wants you to know she does love you. So she wants you to be aware of this. She also says, thank you. She also says,
thank you so much, Ferny.
yeah, absolutely. She knows that she didn't make it easy sometimes for you to just learn your lessons the way you needed to learn them, and that sometimes she wouldn't let you do things the way you needed to. She says it's okay. She understands now. She also says you have nothing to ask for forgiveness for, that it's not necessary. She says that if anything, she should have been more understanding or more compassionate, because she said you were learning things and figuring things out, and she should have just been more supportive. So she's acknowledging that. She's also talking about the issues with the separation or the disconnect. Were you in a relationship with someone and then that broke or that ended?
Yeah, she had an ex-husband that they divorced.
Okay, because she's acknowledging that. She says, thank you. She says you deserve to be happy. And she's sorry that you couldn't find it with that person, but she says you deserve to be happy. She also said, thank you. Okay. Do you have an apron that belongs to your mom or something that you would put on that's like for cooking?
Cooking? An apron? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She knows about the apron, so she's acknowledging that she's been thinking. She says she sends the birds to sing to you. Have you been hearing the birds singing really loudly in the morning? Because she's acknowledging singing birds and sending them to you.
Redbird. Redbird?
The cardinals, got it. She's just acknowledging that that's her. She also keeps acknowledging the little cats that have been coming around. Have you been having these stray cats coming around to you?
No, my only cat I've been away from. But the cat here we're at my grandmother's house right now, and the cat here just came up. We just came.
Perfect. She just acknowledged that she sent the cat up to you, or she brought the cat to you. So she's acknowledging that happening as well. She also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. Is there a Betty name or a B female name?
What
like
about
Betty? Or
what about Debbie? Debbie?
No, this is like a Betty or it's either Betty or Brenda, because I almost want to say it's like a B or BR. Is there a Betty or a Brenda connected?
Brenda Smith. Brenda Smith?
I don't know.
We had a family friend named Brenda.
Did she pass? Okay.
Yes.
Got it. She's just acknowledging that Brenda's there with her. So she's wanting to let you know that Brenda's with her. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Is there also a, actually she showed me the daisy. Is there a daisy flower that's significant, or the name Daisy that's connected as well?
My mom's favorite flower was the daisy.
Okay. So she's acknowledging that daisy. Sometimes when your mom comes around you and she wants you to know that she's with you, you might have people give you daisies, or daisies just like pop up in your life somehow, because she's acknowledging that as well. She's also talking about the picture when you were younger and you had the big glasses and you were, do you remember that? Okay. Because she's acknowledging the big glasses, so she's making a reference to that. Okay. She's acknowledging that. Did you try to break your own glasses because you didn't like them?
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't like those cat eye glasses.
So she's acknowledging that you tried to break them to get a new pair because they weren't fashionable anymore. They weren't the right style. Because she's acknowledging.
Yeah.
Okay. She knows about what you tried to do, so she's acknowledging that as well. Do you also have a little box of buttons or a box that's connected to Grandma as well, or to Mom?
The buttons was my grandmother, my dad's mom. She had a whole box of buttons.
Got it.
And I go through them.
Got it. So your grandma is probably trying to say hello as well, because she's trying to be acknowledged as well. Was your grandma also a smoker, or did she smoke?
Hidden.
Okay.
No,
hidden smoker.
Got it. So
back in the 1800s.
That's okay. She's showing me smoking, so she's just acknowledging that. She also keeps, thank you. Carolyn or Carol as well. Is there a Carrie or a Carol name connection?
Not that we can think of.
Actually, I want to say Carrie is a male. So there's a Carrie name that sounds like that. That's a male. It's a younger male. He may actually not be family. He may be connected to the family. But there's a Carrie sounding name that is coming through. Do you know of a male Carrie it's passed?
No, I don't think we.
I'm seeing the Navy in California.
Oh, Carol was my grandfather.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Thank you. Okay. Because I was like, why? It sounds like a Carrie or a Got it. Perfect. They're just trying to give me your grandpa's name. They're just trying to give
my
me the name.
dad's dad was Carol, and he died when I was a little girl.
He was 60 years old.
Ah, got it. Okay. So he's just trying to acknowledge or make reference that he's in the picture as well. He's with them as well. So it's funny because I was hearing it as a male, and I was like, why am I hearing Carol as a male? And then I'm like, maybe it's Carrie. Perfect. Makes sense to me. So they're just acknowledging that as well. They're with you, sweetheart. Your mom is with you. She also says that you need to work on getting more circulation to your legs, because it's going to keep getting worse if you don't work on getting that circulation better. And were you looking at that? Yeah. Were you looking at that massager or that foot massager to make the circulation better?
Actually, I have a thing.
Perfect. They're telling you you need to use it because it's going to it'll keep your legs from getting worse.
Ferny, do they have any messages as far as like the property, because she didn't leave a will before she passed away? Does she have any messages as far as what to do with the property or anything like that?
Yeah. What she's showing me is something that I'm familiar with, because in my family, my original grandmother passed away before I was born. My grandfather remarried, and then everything was kind of with his name and also with my new grandmother, my step grandmother, and it became a little bit of a cluster working that out after he passed away. And so there might have to be like a split of the value of the property because just having the full value or the full property may not be possible. So y'all may have to work out some sort of split to get it resolved.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
way it should be.
I
Okay.
know. Yeah, I know. All right,
Thank
sweetheart.
you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I can't thank you enough.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Y'all take care of
Okay.
yourselves.
You too, Fernie. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so I got another couple sensors here. I'm gonna do a couple more, y'all, and then that's it. And then that's it. Let's see if we can get these to switch on. These. Oh, they're so close to each other. Perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go to somebody else. I got a logo. Don't worry, guys. Those of y'all who were text version, I'm going to come back to y'all, okay? I'll come back to y'all and I'll do a few more text versions. I just needed to get talking to people because I felt like I needed to talk. Hello? Hi. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're a little slow, so I might ask you to repeat yourself, but go ahead. I can hear you. What did you want to ask me about?
I wanted to see if I had any messages from Joshua.
Yeah. Are you see? Hold on. Let me increase the volume. You might be covering the whole up of the phone, so you might need to move your hand a little bit so I can hear you because I didn't catch that.
Can you hear me now?
Barely, barely.
It might be this phone I'm on.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead. Just speak closer to the phone, and then hopefully that'll make it better.
Do you have any messages from Joshua for me?
From
Joshua?
Joshua? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get a hold of a Joshua. So first of all, I keep seeing. Thank you. I keep seeing. Okay, I keep seeing the number 25. Do you know if the 25th of a month is connected or February the 5th is connected?
February 25th?
Oh, hello? Oh,
No.
hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, shoot. Let me see if I can get you back, sweetheart. Let me go back. Oh, let's see if I can get you back. Where are you at, sweetheart? Where are you at? Let's see it. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you, sweetheart. I'm not seeing you. I'm gonna come back to you. Let me try somebody else, and then I'll come right back and see if I can see your name again. Okay.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, sweetheart.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Mama?
Good. So basically, I've had like a lot of bad luck with guys in the past, and I started dating this new guy, and I was wondering if you see anything good coming from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First of all, do they have a tendency of telling you that you sometimes feel, it seems like you're not like they're not good enough for you? Have you heard that over and over again? I feel like I'm not good enough for you, or you deserve better, or you deserve better.
Mm, well, like kind of like because I'm kind of talking to my ex, kind of, but I'm talking to a new guy at the same time. So I've been hearing that more from my ex, but the new guy, not really.
Okay, here's the thing. With your ex, the thing about your ex is I feel like your ex is kind of like he got really comfortable with you, and even though y'all didn't stick it out, he is just trying to get comfortable again. So I don't think it has so much to do with like him wanting to actually get into a serious long-term committed thing. I think it's more about like, what can you do for me? What can you do for me? So I think it's going to come down to that. So he's going to try to like fluff you up or make you feel as good as he can make you feel, just so that you can kind of get on board with that. Okay.
Yeah.
So be aware of that. With the new guy, what's the first initial?
J.
Jay. Do you know if Jay's in another relationship? Because I'm seeing somebody else.
No, I
Okay.
don't think.
Here's what I'm going to say. He may not be done with someone else, or he may still be dealing with another relationship that he was in, because I keep seeing his attention being drawn to somebody else. So I feel like there's still something going on with another person, and he may not be 100% prepared or ready for anything more than what you would be wanting. So if you're going to try to date him or to see him or to spend time with him, take it slow, because it's going to take him some time to kind of get to the right place. Ultimately, I do not think you'll end up with him. I think you're going to end up with somebody else. So I think somebody else will come into the picture down the road. How old are you right now, Mama?
24.
Okay. 27 is when I see you settling down with somebody. So you might have a few years left. The person's name is Andrew or Andy.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know them yet. They're from Florida. So it might be Andres, but I feel like they go by Andrew or Andy. And they're out of Florida. You haven't met them yet.
Okay.
Okay. But this other guy, if you want to keep going that route, take it slow, because they need to kind of collect themselves, because I feel like they're still dealing with somebody else, or there's someone else they're still being affected by.
Okay, yeah, because he invited me this weekend to like meet his dad and stuff, and so I felt like it was getting pretty serious.
Take it slow. I mean, that doesn't mean you shouldn't go. I would totally go, but take it slow. Like, don't get married yet. Take it slow, because these guys, what they tend to do is when they drop something or something ends, they get their heart broken, or they still feel like affected by the past person, and then they're trying to go and like find somebody to replace that hole in their heart. And I feel like part of the reason why he might be trying to make it seem like he's ready for something more is because he's just trying to fill that hole in his heart. He's not ready yet, and I don't want you to get disappointed. So I would just say, take it slow. Doesn't mean you can't date him or whatever. Take it slow, and then let him catch up to himself, because he's not there yet.
Okay. So you don't see it working out with my ex at all?
The ex. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ferny.
You're welcome,
Thank
Mama.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye. That's weird. Let's go here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. I have been trying to request you for my account, but for some reason my account it just stopped working.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. What do you want to ask me about?
So I had questions. I just want to get any messages from my grandmother.
Sure. Do you have are both your grandmothers passed?
Just one.
Okay. There's another female with her, and it feels like it's on her level. Does she have a sister who's also passed? Your grandma?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Did your one of them has they're making my mouth crooked. Do you know if your grandma had a stroke? She's doing this because she's making my mouth crooked. So either she had a stroke or the female with her had the stroke and she's trying to tell me who's with her. But there's a reference to because I'm seeing the mouth kind of going to the side. So I'm almost seeing something like that. So I'll leave that with you because you might need to figure it out. There's also thank you. There's also a reference to, it's going to sound so weird. I keep seeing the Dixie Chicks. Is there a Dixie or a Dixie name? Because I'm kind of seeing that name.
My mom's maiden name is Dixon.
Oh, your mom's maiden name is Dixon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that would have been your grandfather's last name?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Is he passed?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got the Dixon person. So if that's his last name, then he's probably trying to give me his last name. But I've still got your grandma. But then there's this other female that's there as well. Your grandma is acknowledging this like feeling of fluid in her lungs. Do you know if she was having difficulty with her respiration towards the end, and she had fluid buildup, and they had to kind of like, reduce the fluid or take the fluid out?
Yeah, when I know she had cancer and they was sticking tubes and stuff down her throat.
Okay, because she's talking about the fluid building up and it having to be taken out because she's making me reference that. She could not talk, so this was not a fun thing for her to have to go through. She's not trying to downplay what she had to go through at all. She's like, oh, y'all better know what I went through. So she's almost like wanting to make sure y'all know that she really had to push and push and push. She makes me feel like she was ready to go when it was her time. She also keeps acknowledging that she was starting to see things that weren't there, but she was seeing things. Do y'all know she was talking about seeing people or seeing things that weren't there?
Yeah, when my dad went to visit her at the hospital, he was saying that she wasn't where, you know.
Okay, because she's acknowledging that she was seeing people coming in and they weren't actually in the room, but she was seeing things. So she's acknowledging that. She's making my hand do this as well. Do you know if one of her hands, that there was some issues as well, or she could not control one of her hands because she's trying to make my hand do this funny thing?
I'm not for sure with
That's
the.
okay. I'll leave that with you. She's
Okay.
just acknowledging that. She also keeps, thank you. She also keeps, just give me another name. Is there also a Rusty or a Russell name?
I don't.
There's a Rusty or a Russell or Russy or Russell. It's got a Russ sounding name to it, but there's a reference to that name as well. So I'm going to leave that with you because she's acknowledging that name also. She also keeps that. Go ahead.
No, I was saying like my mom's name is Renetta. It's kind of like it has a R sound, but it's not a Russ.
No, I don't think that's it. Because unless she went by a nickname Rusi, but there's a different. It's almost feels like this is different. So there's another person. So she just might be acknowledging somebody else. There's a picture of her where her hair is kind of dolled up and she was younger, and it's got like this little flop to it. Do you know about that picture? And it might even be black and white, and she was wearing like a light or a white colored blouse in it. Do you know about that picture?
Like I've seen a picture like that.
Okay, because she's acknowledging this picture of her, so she's presenting herself to me in this way. She also keeps acknowledging the Bible. Do y'all have her Bible?
I feel like we got rid of it, but I know like she had a Bible and
okay. She
her car,
okay.
And we had to
That's okay. She acknowledging her Bible. So if that meant something to her and y'all got rid of it, she's probably calling y'all out because she's acknowledging her Bible. She also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. She also keeps acknowledging. Three of them. Are there three children for her? Is your mom one of three?
My dad, but that would be my dad's. But it's three of them. It's
okay.
My dad and his brother and sister.
Okay, because they're acknowledging the three children, or the three of them. And then there's one that didn't make it, or one that passed when they were a baby. So do you know about a baby that also didn't make it? But it would have been like a sibling of one of them.
It's possible.
Okay, because she's acknowledging or making reference to that. Your grandmother is also acknowledging. Thank you. Did you used to do a lot of? Was she trying to teach you how to cook?
She wanted me to learn how to cook.
Okay, because she's like wanting you to like learn how to cook. Because she's like, come on. So she's like trying to teach you. So she's like acknowledging that. So she's acknowledging trying to teach you how to cook. She also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. You used to love sticks. Did you always used to collect sticks or just get these sticks or these poles? Because she keeps talking about you playing with these and then telling you that you were going to keep poking your eye or you're going to stab yourself.
I wanted to play the drums.
Perfect. She's just acknowledging the sticks. I'm like, what does the stick say? So she's acknowledging you with the sticks, so she's making reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Have you been hearing banging on the walls or knocking on the doors?
Yes.
That's her. So she's just acknowledging that she's been trying to scare you for fun. So she's just acknowledging coming around and trying to mess with you. She also says that the creepy thing or this like the thing that's going up your leg sometimes, she says that that's also them trying to let you know they're around. It might feel like something's crawling up your leg, but there's nothing there. So she's acknowledging that sometimes when you're laying down or just chilling, that's her trying to get your attention. She also says, thank you. Do you like playing video games?
I'm actually playing a video game.
She's like in on you and she's like, you could do more than just play. It's almost like get outside or go outside. So she's like wanting you to like get outside. She also talks about, thank you. Did you not stick with your last job too long or you just quit too soon?
Yeah, I mean, even with this one right now, it's becoming, it seems like it's about to come to an end.
Okay, because she's acknowledging like you, she's talking about you quitting your job and she's talking about you not sticking it out and how we don't always get to, she comes from a different time, but she's almost like, we don't get to just be picky. She says, we didn't get to be picky in my time. She says, so I don't know where you got off, where you get to be that picky. She says, you should just be grateful. So she's almost getting on you and kind of like chastising you a little bit. There's a picture of you when you're, I don't know if you're like in a little tub or like in a, taking a shower, like as a baby in the tub, or if you're in a pool. But she's acknowledging you, a picture of you when you were little. And I almost want to feel like you were taking a bath. But there's a picture of you when you were little because she's acknowledging this picture of you. And it's one of her favorite pictures of you. So you're a little bit, and there's a female in the picture with you. So either this is a sister or a cousin, but there's a picture of you.
I have a picture with my best friend. I just saw my wife did. It's a picture of me and my best friend in her backyard. It was a party, and me and her were both hugging each other. So I'm pretty sure that
this is like in the tub or in water. Like y'all would be playing in the water because she's acknowledging this picture. And you were little. There's a female in the picture, so that might be like a female cousin or a sister. But she's acknowledging this picture. You were a baby. And she's acknowledging, thank you. You used to, there was a towel when you were a baby, and like this towel was like a dog, or you called it the doggy towel, but there was some towel that you used to drag around sometimes. And she's acknowledging you like going around with this towel and acting like it was a dog because you wanted a dog so bad, or you wanted a pet. So she's acknowledging something like that. You asked your mom, she might know exactly what she's talking about because that's the way she's describing it. Okay? She's around you. She's around you. She, I wish I'm not a rose or a tattoo. Do you have a tattoo for your grandma?
I haven't made one specifically for her yet, but I've been thinking about one.
Do you know if it's going to be a flower or like a rose?
I wanted some roses.
Okay. She's telling you she don't really care for tattoos, so just so you know. So she's just letting you know, like, even though you want to, she's like, so she's almost like letting you know that. She's all right. She's with you.
All right.
All right, you take care of yourself.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to do one more video, and then I'm going to come back to the text, y'all, okay? Let's see.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh my God. I feel so honored.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Thank you. I've been watching you for a really, really long time.
Oh.
And he's always at the replay. So I'm like, oh my God, he's so amazing. There's just you feel like a cousin of mine.
I hope so. I hope so. I would hate to feel like a stranger.
No, not at all.
Well, what did you want to ask me? By the way, you are psychic yourself as well, so you do have a very strong ability. You probably want to develop it because you have a lot of sensitivity there.
Ooh, that hits me like woo, because my godmother, I was raised by her. Mm-hmm. I lived with her when I was 1.5 until I was 9.
Don't tell me too much. Did you want me to connect with her?
Yes. Okay. She was very intuitive.
Well, she wasn't just intuitive. She believed in like, you can call it not brujeria, but it almost like she was into that like the charms, like the little charms, and like so she believed in that. Like it's almost like
amuletos, we call it.
Yeah, it's like she treats saints like actual magic, or like that's the way she treated it. So it's like her her way of getting around the witchcraft stuff is by using saints instead of like these traditional witchcraft stuff. So that's what she's acknowledging. She is referencing. Thank you. Do you remember? I don't know if it was you or her. She's doing something. She's showing me my hair, and I feel like I want to shave my hair, but I don't know if she's making a joke or it's got something to do with losing my hair. Do you know if you accidentally shaved your hair once, or she actually lost her hair? Because she's showing me something like that.
No, when I was little, they chopped off my hair because it was very curly.
Oh, okay.
So so they made a braid and they chopped it off. So I came back home with chopped hair.
She said peluda, that's why. So I was trying to figure out why she was showing me like peluda, and then she's talking about like the hair shaving. So it doesn't just feel like chopping it off. It's like shaving the head or losing my hair. That's the way she's acknowledging it. So there's something that she's trying to make reference to. So, just so you know, okay. So what it reminds me of is whenever someone like overly fries their hair when they're trying to dye it and it starts to fall off. That's what I'm reminded of. So that's what she's almost like making reference to.
That happened to her one time that I dyed her hair.
That's it. So she's making the joke about when you tried dyeing her hair and it started to fall off or it overburnt. So she's acknowledging that. Got it. She also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. Are you making jewelry, or have you thought about making jewelry? Because she's showing me something and it almost reminds me of like making jewelry.
Yes. Yeah, I'm making repurposed jewelry.
Perfect. She knows about what you're doing with the jewelry. She's doing this, so this. She's happy about that. So she's acknowledging that. She says to pray over everything, pray over this. So she's just acknowledging that as well. She also keeps talking about you can take the stones out of some pieces and still use them. So there's a reference there. So if you've thought about redoing that as well or doing that as well, she says, yes, you can do it. So she's making reference to that. She also, thank you. Un carrusel de niños, un carrusel de todo. Did you used to watch that? Because she's talking about you watching it. She's acknowledging like when you used to watch the show. So there's a reference there. She also makes one of you looking like one of the girls, or how they used to say, oh, that's you, that's you. So they almost used to identify you with one of the characters, correct?
Yes, yes.
She also keeps acknowledging, did she not like long nails? She only liked pretty nails, but not long nails, because she said it was scary or didn't, may I say, she's doing this. So she's acknowledging that.
She said it was not classy.
That's the way she felt. So that's the way she felt. She's acknowledging that. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. I don't know if she's saying Tamaso or Tereso or Teresa. It's almost like, I don't know if it's Tereso or Tamaso. Is there like a Terry or Teresa or Tereso or It's like, it feels like it's a male's name, but it sounds like a Teresa or Tereso. It's got a name like that. Do you know of someone that had the name like that? So I'm hearing two things, Teresa and Tamayo, and I want to put them together. That's the way she's showing them to me. Did you know there's something about a name that has like a similar sound to that? It was the neighbor. No. She says it was the neighbor. Do you remember the neighbors?
Wow, I was so little, I cannot.
That's okay. I'll leave that with you. You might have to ask your mom, but she's talking about the neighbors, and there's someone there that she's trying to acknowledge that is there. Because it feels like it's a vecino, so she's acknowledging the vecino that's there with her. So she's acknowledging that as well. She also keeps acknowledging, did you not like taking a shower when you were a kid, or did you not like taking baths? Because she's like getting on you, like, te tienes que bañar, te tienes que bañar. Because she's getting on you. I just like cold water. Got it. So she's acknowledging that as well. She also says, thank you. Do you have a picture of her, and she's got her hand like this, and she's like this?
Oh, wow. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I painted a picture of her like that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
She's acknowledging this image of her like this. Perfect. She's just acknowledging that. So she's making reference to that. She also says, thank you. Did you just have to have the refrigerator fixed or buy a new refrigerator? Because she's acknowledging issues with the refrigerator, or it was making a weird sound and you're going to need to get a new one.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay. I'll prepare for that.
Because she's rattling the refrigerator, and I'm like, what is she doing? So she's showing me a refrigerator, and she's making a rattling sound. So there's a reference to the refrigerator being, nope, I'm misunderstanding it. Was her refrigerator always breaking down, or was her refrigerator always giving her problems? Because I feel like this is something that's already happened. It was like maybe. It was like a yellow orangey color. It was like an ugly color, but it was like a yellowy color. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Okay. It was really loud. It was old.
So it was. Did it make like a loud rattly sound? That was just really loud. Okay, got it. She's just acknowledging her refrigerator. So she's probably just talking about memories and the time that y'all spent together. She also kept acknowledging. Thank you. Did she give you a rosary for one of your birthdays or your first communion?
Maybe. Okay. I don't.
Because she's showing you as a little girl, and you're in a dress, and you got the whole veil thing, and she's acknowledging the necklace with the cross on it, which I'm assuming is a rosary. So do you know about that?
Yeah, she baptized me when I was older. When I was like 5.
Got it. Okay, got it. She's just acknowledging that. Okay. She also keeps saying thank you.
Oh my God, my heart is so filled.
Castaña. Is there also a Castaña name that's connected to the family? Castaña or Castaño, or it could be Castillo, but I almost want to say it's like Castaña or Castaño. It's got to sound like that.
Mm-mm.
It's Castaña. It's a name like that. She's making a reference. It's her last name. I don't think it's a first name. It sounds like
Okay.
a last name. There's a reference to this name, so she's just acknowledging that. You might need to, again, ask your mom because she's acknowledging this last name. Someone that's also there as well. She also keeps reference. Thank you. She's doing this. Do you know she had been having issues with the side of her breast or with the side of her chest? Because she says that her chest right here was hurting a lot and that it was giving her issues.
No, but I've been having that feeling,
Like
like
pain in your
pressure. Yeah,
chest?
yeah.
Okay. Is it hard to lay on one side and you have to be on the other side?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go to the doctor and get that checked. Just because I don't want it
Okay.
to be something else and then it needs to be treated because she's not dismissing it. So it's either you're right in that or there's something about that that she wants to bring attention to because she's almost making the side of my chest hurt. So she's probably acknowledging that.
Okay.
Also, does she know how to, not so, but does she know how to do the needle points or the needle thing with the,
Yeah.
okay. Because you know the circle things and then she do that. Got it.
Yes.
She's just acknowledging that. So she's making references. Did she make you one for your head?
Yeah.
Perfect. She's just acknowledging what she did. So she's acknowledging that. She's with you, sweetheart. She's with you. So
Oh,
who is she to your mom?
she is my mom's sister, so my grandmother's sister.
Okay. Did
So she's
she and
my
your
aunt
mom not
and
always get
godmother.
along? Or did she and your mom not always see eye to eye because she's doing this with your mom like,
Yeah, I grew up with her.
oh,
My mom was in the States,
okay.
and when I came to live with my mom had that resentment,
Got it.
even though she was the one that left me with her.
Got it. She's just acknowledging the disconnect with your mom and that difficulty with your mother. She's she's not really trying to make your mom feel better. The way she's putting it is almost like you don't get to just receive credit for nothing. You need to earn the credit. You don't just get it for free. So she says you still need to make a lot up. So she says don't let her guilt you into giving her respect or into acknowledging her because she says she needs to earn it. So that's what she's telling you about your mom.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I've been dealing with that.
your mom is a little like rowdy. Like she wants a lot of freebies and like you didn't do the work for it. Like what are you doing? So she's almost acknowledging that. And your Tia, she's almost like saying like the males. Like she keeps blaming the males. So there might have been a guy that she was in love with that she was using as an that was actually the reason. But she said, "Oh, I got to do this instead," almost like lying to the family. Do you know about that?
Yeah, a lot of family secrets came up when I got my 23andMe done,
Interesting.
and it was deep secrets like
Okay.
my
Yeah.
sister's
That's
cousin. I mean, it's
that's okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. Your Tia is just acknowledging like your mom doesn't get anything for free. She needs to earn it. And she's like, I know this is heaven. She says, but I don't care. She says, I this is what I believe. So she's very strong-willed in that. So she's almost wanting to make sure your mom hears that.
Can she give me a reference of my my older sister's dad? Who he is? Who
Yeah.
he?
She's do you know there's gossip that it was the husband of a friend of your mother's?
There's actually gossip that it was even a family cousin.
The way she's
Crazy.
making me
Yeah.
feel, first of all, the way she's making me feel, it's like there's a friend, or because she's acknowledging the female friend or the female connection to your mom, and then the husband of this female. So it's either the husband of a friend or the husband of a sister. But it's got like that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Okay.
my dad with the 23andMe, we found out that my dad was having an affair with my mom's sister.
Oh, that's what. Okay,
It's
now
heavy
I
like
understand.
that.
Now I
Yeah.
get it. Now I get it. What she's doing. Okay, she
It's
knows all.
heavy, I know.
Yeah, she knows all about the cheese, man. She knows all about everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. All right, sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself, Mama.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. I adore you. I told you we were cousins. So it's
I
amazing.
got a
Please
big
keep
family,
on.
girl. I got a big family, so that could very well be the case.
Yeah, please stay as amazing and keep on blessing us with your talent.
Oh,
You're a light to all of us, really. I
oh,
appreciate you.
thank you,
Thank
sweetheart.
you so much.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye, Mama.
That's it. Bye.
All right, all right. I'm gonna do a few more texts, y'all, and then I'm gonna get off of here. Um, Jessica Gigi. Hi, Ferny. Any messages from my husband, Carlos? Yeah, he's showing me balloons. So usually when they show me that, it either means that y'all release balloons for him or that we're within 30 days of a birthday. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He's showing me, I feel like I'm seeing something like a marking on his skin. It might be a tattoo, but it might be like horns or an anchor because I'm kind of seeing that like the cuernos. So he's showing me something like that as well. So I don't know if someone's gotten a tattoo or if he had the tattoo of the cuernos, but he's making reference to that as well. He also keeps acknowledging a J name. So there might be a J, like a Joey or Joey or Joseph. There's like a Joey or Joseph kind of name that he's making reference to or he's acknowledging. He's showing me California. So there may also be a reference to this in California as well because he's showing me the beaches in California. So there's a reference there as well. He also keeps, thank you. He also keeps acknowledging, I don't know if you're planning on wearing his ring around your neck. Or if you decided to put the ring on a necklace, but he's making reference, he's almost tying in a ring and a necklace together. So there's a reference there that he's trying to acknowledge, okay? All right, let's go over here. Christina Silva on Facebook. Buenos noches, Fernie. Any messages and guidance from my familia? Possible baby that is in heaven. Gracias. Yeah, interestingly enough, the baby that's in heaven is coming back. So there may actually be a new pregnancy or another baby coming into the family soon. Within a year, actually. It's not going to take you very long because they're making me feel like the baby's going to be coming back, okay? So there's a reference to that. I also keep seeing, thank you. I feel like I'm taking like a blanket and splitting it in half. So I don't know if you had bought in a blanket or had received a blanket and then you actually split it in two, or if you decided to like use it for something else and there's still a piece left. There's something about that because that's the way they're making me feel. They're also acknowledging the month of September, so the September might be significant or the 9th of a month might be significant as well. They're also acknowledging the name with the T, like Tommy or Tom or Thomas or Timmy. There's like a T name they're also making reference to as well, okay? Which might just be somebody there, I think, but they're referencing that name also. Rhonda, I just saw your question now. So, yes, granddaughter. So, your granddaughter. So, you want to hear from your granddaughter. Rhonda, so first of all, she's showing me a gift. I don't know if you still got her a birthday gift or a Christmas gift, but she's making reference to still getting the gift or the gift. So, she's acknowledging that. She also keeps, thank you. She also keeps acknowledging that this was, thank you. This was sudden or unexpected, so this was not something that was expected to happen. She also makes me think if she's covering my mouth up, I almost feel like I can't breathe. I don't know if something prevented her from being able to breathe or something kept the airflow from blocking it because she's almost doing that as well. So she's making the reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging getting dizzy, or I feel like my head is dizzy. So she's acknowledging her head feeling a little bit dizzy. You know what it reminds me of? It's almost like as if I take something and it makes me feel sick or I feel really, really ill, and then I feel like I can't breathe or can't catch my breath anymore. So she's always acknowledging it in that way. She also keeps acknowledging the blue, I don't know if someone made shirts for her and there's like a blue shirt or a blue written shirt, but there's almost like I'm seeing something like that. So there's a reference to that as well. She is also showing me a balloon, and the balloon may have like, I don't know if it's Mickey Mouse or like Winnie the Pooh, but there's like a Disney reference to the balloon because she's making reference to this Disney balloon as well. It might even be in a picture because I almost feel like I'm seeing a picture with this as well, okay? April, Lizcano. Hi, Ferny. My mom passed away 7 years ago, and she's been on my mind a lot lately. Any messages from her? Yeah, she keeps it. First of all, she keeps acknowledging. She showed me the number 7, so either the 7th of a month is connected or the month of July is connected because she has a reference there. She also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. There might be a picture where she has like I don't want to say it's a bandana, but it's almost like, you know, what I'm reminded sometimes whenever older females are in the kitchen, they put something around their head and they wrap their head in it. There's something like that because she's making reference to that. So I don't know if there's a picture of her in the kitchen with this thing wrapped around her head, or she's acknowledging this like look of her in the. I almost feel like it is the kitchen. So there's a reference to that because she's acknowledging that as well. She also keeps acknowledging the 2 boys. So I don't know. There's 2 boys that have been born since her passing, or you're dealing with 2 boys because she's acknowledging these 2 younger kids, and I want to say that they're boys because I'm seeing it as boys. So there's a reference there as well. She also keeps thank you. She also keeps acknowledging she should have gone checked sooner. So I don't know if she waited too long to go to the doctor or to get treatment, but she's acknowledging that she should have gone sooner. She also keeps acknowledging I feel like I want to fall down or collapse. So I don't know if she fell or collapsed and then you'll have to call an ambulance out because I'm kind of seeing that whole scene there. So there's a reference to having to call someone out or having to get some help to help her with that because she's almost acknowledging a similar scenario like that as well. Okay. Okay, guys, I think I'm done. I think that's it. All right, guys, I love you all. I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to jump back on because we're going to do our study group. It's going to be a short study group because I went into this a bit long, but that's okay. I kind of wanted to get this recorded properly, and I started late anyway. So, all right, y'all, I love you all, and I will be back next Wednesday, same time, same place. Hopefully, I will be on time next time.